What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday night to you and yours. It is time for the All About the Birds weekly report. And tonight, we decided to invite some friends in. Now, I'm going to call them friends now, but it's the beginning part of the report. So who knows? An hour from now, we might be mortal, blood sworn enemies up in here. So we do this every Wednesday night. This is the All About the Birds Network. Shout out to our host, myself, Chip for the Birds, Johnny U. Luckhead, Johnny U. 9322, Jeff Warner, back and ready to party. And tonight we are joined by some special guests. We have found some of the very best NFC East podcasters up in here. We have from Rambling About Washington, which is an acronym for RAW, Mr. Rio Robinson, Rio_Robinson 91. What is going on, Rio?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. We play a game tomorrow. Football is back. Fantasy football in the building. The draft's about to get going. I'm ready to watch us take this division for the second year in a row, and no one does that in the East. What's up,
you starting this shit early.
Trash talking.
We're not done,
And
baby.
I love how the comments pouring in are all in Rio's favor. So, Eagles fans, we're going to need to represent up in here in a second.
You see, we in here, squad.
There's the missus from the other room. She's good. She's good. We're good now. Rio, tell you what. Before I introduce Michael the Disciple from Big Blue All Year, I'm gonna big screen you for a second here. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about what you do because you got some cool stuff that you do for the Washington football team, a team without a name. So talk about yourself a little bit.
All right, my name is Rio Robinson, and I'm a diehard Washington football team fan. I wish we had a name because that is such a goddamn mouthful. It's coming, though. Give us a couple months. It's coming. I started a podcast a few months ago called Rambling About Washington and a YouTube channel called Rambling with Rio Robinson. I was recently selected to be what's called a fan ambassador who gets to sit in on focus groups and help give a fan line of communication with the organization on big decisions, like our new stadium rebrand, entertainment team, all kinds of stuff. I'm in the entertainment department, and I'm just active on Washington football Twitter. I'm always giving my opinion, stirring it up and pissing people off. But that's what we do in Washington football Twitter, and I'm ready to see my team, who has its culture right for the first time in my lifetime, take this division for the second year in a row. We in here, baby.
Man, you just went right for it, didn't you?
Goddamn,
you just went right for it. So we got Rio joining us. We also have, man, you got comments. Just this is absurd. This is the All About the Birds Network. Where are my Eagles fans up in here? Come on now.
Look at the squad. Pull up.
We got Adam chiming in saying Washington got defense but no offense and no name.
Yeah,
Look at that.
No, they just got no quarterback.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we're
gonna get into it.
And y'all do?
Also
We might. We don't know.
representing the Giants, the G-Men. We got my man Michael the Disciple from Big Blue All Year. Michael, what is up, my friend? How you doing?
What is going on? Thank you guys for having me on All About the Birds. Pleasure to represent this division. Pleasure to represent this team. These are three teams that have been playing each other since the 1930s. So you got to love it. I'm a season ticket holder for the Giants. I'd be talking about the Giants anyway if I wasn't here right now. So thankfully, my coworkers don't have to hear me. I just rattle it out on here. I rattle it out on Twitter, just like Rio. Just like all you guys, we probably know all the same people. We probably see all the same names, talking all that shit. But it's what makes it fun. You know what I mean? It's all banter. It's all bullshit. I love it.
Well, and I think that's what made me so excited about, I've been excited for this show for days now because I'm excited to see, look, we know that, the Eagles hate the Giants, the Cowboys hate the football. We know that, but, it's good to, represent our teams with people who aren't necessarily in our corner all the time. We did have a Cowboys fan lined up, Spoon of Zeke, who is known for his 13,000 Twitter followers. But he is not feeling very well right now. He is rocking a pretty severe migraine, so we are hoping he feels better. But what that also Adam, I'm getting to it.
Nah, see, the thing is, he's preparing for this disappointing fucking season the Cowboys are about to put out this year.
We can't say they're going 8-8. They're going 8-9. We'll just add another one to it.
They got to set the new standard.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But what that means is that if there are Cowboys fans looking to represent, I'm not opposed to sending out a link, and you can try to go against some pretty severe podcasters up in here to represent why your team deserves to even be up in here. So if you're feeling the challenge, I mean, we know Cowboys fans don't like to typically feel the challenge. Heck, I'm not even sure Cowboys fans can get this podcast because it's all still on VHS for them. But what that means is if you're feeling down for it, wow, Jeff's eyebrow went up like, oh shit, he's throwing down tonight. So if you're ready to throw down, you want Adam, Cowboys fans eliminated already. So we're just going to have to trust the information that we learned about the Cowboys from Hard Knocks. So we're going to have to make some assumptions and some justifications. So here's the plan for tonight. I'm going to give each of our guest podcasters a couple minutes to review their team from last year, review their offseason, and make some predictions about what they're looking forward to for this upcoming season. We're going to do that for each of us, and then we're going to really start debating who's got some of the best things in the NFC East. So I think that we got to start. I can't start with the division champs because that's just not cool. So Michael, are you ready to come correct about your boys in blue?
Yeah, I mean, since last year, the whole Doug Peterson thing happens, and you guys are probably smiling about that down in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But, they go and have an offseason. They go get Kenny Golladay. They get Adoree Jackson. They lose Dalvin Tomlinson, which is probably one of the bigger pieces, but they bring in Danny Shelton to replace him. I don't know what kind of production you'll get out of there. They have a pretty good draft. They get Azeez Ojulari in the second round, which I thought he was a top 20 pick coming out of the draft. They get Tony in the first round. They get some cornerbacks, running backs, yada, yada, yada. We're in here. That Devontae Smith trade with the honestly, just for that, I hope he gets 3 touchdowns and 300 yards a game every game against Dallas, just for making that deal with the devil. But yeah, I think the expectations are way more than they were last year for the Giants. I mean, a lot of fans are saying 10 wins or bust, playoffs or bust. I feel it. I mean, it's been a long fucking time since we've been in the playoffs, and it's tough. It's tough, and we're all like true fans. Like all NFC East fans are real true fans. Like we really feel it when they lose. You know what I mean? Like the humanity is sucked out of you for a whole week.
Oh yes, we're like the most passionate, like conglomerate of fan bases of any division in the league.
It's true, man.
Well, and that's one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about because, look, we got called the NFC least all last season, and Rio, I know you guys won the division, but like
nobody wins the division twice.
But nobody won the division. Let's call it like it is. So this is still Michael's time. So Michael, you got some questions rolling. I'm gonna back to full screen you up in here.
Question me.
So Michael, some of us Eagles fans and just people in general would like to know, can y'all really win with Daniel Jones?
Great question.
Yes,
because I have an answer. I have an answer, but go.
Win what?
I have an answer.
I'm not sure. See, here's the thing about Daniel Jones. I think that he can one day become a top 12 quarterback, but I'm not sure about anything beyond that. I'm not sure yet. I haven't, and I'm on the fence. I really am. I think he's like top 22 maybe right now. Maybe that's even being too generous. I don't know.
I think the only way Daniel Jones can be a top 12 quarterback is if he's playing arena football.
Oh. All right, that's a good one. I like this guy. What did he say? How many years are you playing?
How many years are you planning on getting to those 10 wins that you mentioned?
All right. Like I said,
all right, is he better than Eli?
No.
No.
No. I mean, he's more mobile. He's more.
I'm about to say
athlete.
he got a better
athlete.
Like, toolkit.
He's not a better
Eli.
quarterback.
Yeah.
But the thing about Eli is he had that little bit of luck. He had that little bit of swagger, and he didn't get bothered. And Daniel Jones kind of has that same thing. He'll throw an interception, but he's not afraid to throw right at you the very next drive. So there's some similarities, but I don't know. They're two totally different quarterbacks, two totally different eras.
I think you said one thing that's pretty accurate. I mean, you said some things, but you said one thing that was very accurate.
And this is live. I've never done a live show in my fucking life, guys. So you gotta bear with me here.
Well, here's the only thing.
Just being thrown into the fire with the live comments and everything. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, so here's the only thing that you said that was accurate. He will throw an interception. He'll throw quite a few, actually.
He'll fumble, motherfucker. Too.
I mean, yeah. That's the thing about Giant fans too. We didn't have to deal with rookie problems for a long time. You look at the list of rookie quarterbacks in general that all your teams started for while Eli Manning was in his career. I mean, the guy didn't miss a game of injury since I was in the 5th grade to when I was working in an office for 3 years. That's crazy.
Must be nice.
It was consistent.
It's just crazy.
I don't even know that feeling. I don't know what it feels like.
No, Rio, we're going to get to you. You definitely do not know that feeling.
Hell
you
no.
definitely do not know that feeling. So let me ask you, and you got Vegas Stud chiming in here. How do you feel, Big Blue? How do you feel about some of these practice habits that we're hearing about coming out of the Meadowlands area?
Gotta work hard. I think Michael Irvin said it best. He goes, you bring your shit to practice. The battleground is practice for the playground on Sunday. So you have a tough practice. Games are easy. You know what? I kind of believe in that shit. I gotten coached by some tough son of bitches. Obviously, I'm not a professional football player, but I have been pushed like that, and I feel like it made me a better person and more persistent, more,
So you're okay with the judge. You're okay with the judge.
This is a team that had zero direction, zero motivation. True. It seemed like. I mean, dude, who was it? Janoris Jenkins giving up on tackles, touchdown, just lets it happen. I mean, I hate the word culture because it's all I've heard for the last 3-4 years. Culture, Gettleman, culture. It's like, you know what I mean? But I feel like this is really
culture
forging the culture.
I think the one mainstay with the Giants, and to be able to be successful, and it goes with any team, but their offensive line, they need to, one, be healthy, and two, be able to get the development out of these younger guys that they drafted last year. The Andrew Thomases, Shane Lemieux, Nick Gates, keep developing, keep getting these guys, because if they have to turn to guys like Nate Solder again and stuff like that, you're going to have an issue, because if Daniel Jones is getting sacked repeatedly, more than likely he's going to fumble the ball a lot. And that's going to be a bigger issue for the Giants. So defense can be good and all, like it was the last couple of years where they were solid.
The defense kept them in games last year, but Daniel Jones had the chance to win the game. Like, I want to say, like 6 of their 10 losses. A few were blowouts, but like 6 of the 10 losses, and it just didn't happen for the Giants. And
versus good teams too. The Giants.
They played the Buccaneers,
Tampa.
Rams,
Yeah, they had Tampa.
Right. These are good teams.
They had them.
I appreciate you guys can be real with that. Like they're just, and all the Giant fans will tell you, like, there's no bigger question mark on this team than the offensive line. I mean, we're not sure. We're not sure these guys are retiring now. Like, this guy's got a chipped elbow, or Shane Lemieux had something with the knee. It's like another thing every day.
One player retires, next day retires, another player retires because.
They were also some older guys too. You know what I mean?
But you had all off season to retire. You're going to show up for the first couple days of camp. You got people showing up going, I'm too old for this and I'm too fat for this, and literally getting cut because they're coming in weighing sumo weight.
Oh, I mean, Calvin, don't even get me started with that.
I will say this.
I'm going to get you started.
I will say this about the Giants. If Daniel Jones actually takes a leap forward, y'all are going to be a nightmare, because I actually like what you guys have done. Your defense is good. I think y'all are the team that competes with us for the division title and not the Cowboys. And the Eagles, y'all are just going to watch the party until Deshaun Watson pulls up.
I mean, a lot of people are saying the Eagles are going to pick like top 5, but I don't think you guys are going to be that bad.
No, I don't think it'll be terrible, but,
I mean, if the Giants if the Giants went 15-2, I'd say the 2 losses were definitely the Eagles, both of them.
All right, so then let's do this. Yeah, well, let's do this.
Fuck Boston Scott, man.
He's a giant killer.
He's a killer.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Him and
so then let's
Jason
do this,
Witten.
Jeff.
Oh my god.
Jeff, let's give you a chance. Can you recap for these newbies up in here what they need to know about these Philadelphia Eagles, the offseason, last season, and going into this season?
Look, a lot of people, you guys keep on bringing it up. The experts are bringing it up. No one's giving much of a chance in this division right now. Look, we have a new head coach, Nick Sirianni, who, including the fan base, we're a little skeptical on. We have Jalen Hurts, who showed some flashes last season, thrown into the fire at the end of the season with the whole Carson Wentz drama and saga and that debacle. But he's finally getting a full offseason under his belt to prove himself that he can be the starter. They finally hopefully get the top playmaker in the draft, a stud wide receiver, Devontae Smith, to build around him and this offense. And they made a couple of little pieces on the defense side of football to fill some holes with getting Eric Wilson and Anthony Harris at safety. So we are a little bit of an older team on the defense side of football, but we do have a lot of veteran leadership and a lot of veterans on both sides of the football that can surprise the people. This team, it's going to come down to the shoulders and the arm and the legs of Jalen Hurts. We need to know what we have as our franchise quarterback, and this team's going to ride and die with him in 2021, and we need to know what we have with him going in the future, especially like we keep on discussing on this program with those three first-round picks possibly next year.
Until y'all flip me for Deshaun Watson.
No,
we're not.
So let me be abundantly clear about this podcast's feelings about the Deshaun Watson. We don't want him. Look, if it was removed from all of the shenanigans that he's got going on with it, that's a different story. But because you cannot trade your potential franchise quarterback and all those draft picks for a guy that might not play this year. You can't. So that's how I feel.
Not this year. If we have a chance the following season and his suspension's done and Jalen Hurts is not our franchise quarterback for the future and we can get him at a low price, then I say go for it.
There ain't no low price happening, though.
It ain't a low price.
I agree, but if it's available.
Quarterback premium prices, man. That's it.
And he's a great quarterback. But
we've never seen a 26-year-old elite quarterback on the market before. It's never happened.
Not like this, no.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
What a strange string of events.
We've also never seen that quarterback have like 20 allegations of sexual misconduct, but we're not going to go there right now.
No, we're not. We're just going to say that while there is so much up in the air, we want to stay grounded with Jalen Hurts. That's how this network feels about the whole thing. Johnny,
I would probably agree with that.
Did Jeff miss anything, Johnny? Or I think he covered it pretty well.
I think he covered it pretty well. And the thing with this division is, you look at all these teams and you can give reasons why all these teams can basically rise up to the occasion and win the division. There's a lot of question marks with each and every one of these teams. And the thing is, if something hits right, like we'll go with Washington. I'll throw Washington. If everything goes right and say Fitzpatrick actually can play, a handful of games and not play 3 games really well and then all of a sudden shit the bed. But if he shows you something, and the thing is, the teams he's played on, he never had a defense like he's going to have this year. So,
absolutely.
And with Dallas, is Dak Prescott going to be 100% healthy? Is he going to have, there's a lot of questions with the Giants. Is Saquon healthy? Is Danny Dimes going to take that next step? With the Eagles.
Danny Dimes. Shut up, Danny Dimes.
Hey. But
we named it that after one game.
Yeah.
Because he was worth about a dime. That's about his net value.
Hey, y'all have seen more. Y'all got more out of him than we got out of Haskins. So y'all, hey, talk your shit.
Yo.
Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right on those counts.
Listen, because Zeke is not here, I'm going to do the worst thing possible for an Eagles fan.
You're going to rep Dallas.
I'm going to say sentences about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not saying whether they're good sentences or bad sentences, but I'm going to say sentences about the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to do it on the big screen with my Eagles shirt on. There it is. All right. So here are some sentences about the Dallas Cowboys. Last season, the Dallas Cowboys finished 6-10. That's a sentence. Last season, during my pre-game or preseason stuff, I had Dallas going pretty damn far because of their offense. Their offense, with their wide receiving core and Dak Prescott being healthy, was going to score 35, 40 points a game. Their defense was going to give up 30 to 35 points a game, but they had the tools needed. Dak going down crushed that team. There is no universe where Ben DiNucci should be on an NFL roster. We appreciated it because we got a win out of it, but, Ben DiNucci. So flash forward to the offseason now. You still have Mike McCarthy as a coach. That sucks. He is just – good Lord.
Hey,
I hate that guy.
Super Bowl.
Right. But did he win a Super Bowl or did some elite Packer quarterback win a Super Bowl?
That's the same Packer quarterback that everyone's bashing for choking the NFC Championship game year in and year out.
I am not giving Mike McCarthy any credit. I'm not giving Mike McCarthy any credit. So
he's a pretty shit coach to me.
Here's where my Cowboy hatred kicks in. I think Ezekiel Elliott is not the best running back on that team. I think Pollard is better. CeeDee Lamb healthy. What's that?
I said that's is spicy. I like it.
I'm sorry.
There's Cowboy fans out there that agree with you that are like, "Yo, get Zeke off this team."
You saw when Pollard had the ball, he was more aggressive. Where Ezekiel Elliott, it's like running into the line over and over again. He has lost a step because, think about it, Pollard doesn't have as much tread taken off the tires as Ezekiel Elliott does. Ezekiel Elliott had to run the ball and carry in college. He had to run the ball and carry in the pros. He's got some tread off the tires. Pollard is the better running back choice right now. So there's my Cowboys hot take. They got Micah Parsons in the draft. I'm pissed off about that. I wanted him. I wanted the Eagles to draft the linebacker.
So wait, let me just stop you there. Are you also Penn State guys too?
Yes. I am a Penn State guy.
I mean, I do love me some Penn State.
Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering because I know some Eagles fans that were in a similar conundrum when the Giants got Saquon Barkley. Like, how could the Giants?
Oh yeah, I wanted him.
I think it's a little bit different, but I
like Parsons too coming out of the drafts.
I love Parsons other than his certain issues.
I knew the Giants wouldn't touch him because of that.
Right. Yeah. So the Cowboys. Here's the thing. They have absolute crushing weapons on offense. I don't know how any of our teams are going to cover them all. We're going to get into all that. Rio, I got to give you a chance. Dak is rehabbing. His arm is now turning into an issue, though. Like he's meeting with the Texas Rangers baseball doctors to try and get his arm right. That's going to be – if Dak Prescott does not play all the games for the Cowboys, they're not going anywhere. That's it. He is it. Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert, these are not guys that can win games for you. And here's my last spicy take. As long as Jerry Jones is the owner of the Cowboys, they will never win another Super Bowl.
I agree with that take, but I would say as long as he has assumed the GM role.
Yeah.
He's still technically the GM of the team.
Yeah, because he makes all the
decisions. That's the difference that I think. You know what I mean? Because when you're doing shit and the boss is in the room, you're gonna do shit differently than as if the boss weren't in the room. So if you got to take somebody that doesn't have their fucking heart in it and give them the keys and say this is what's because I'm not gonna make those sound decisions. That's what
you need a guy who did not value Johnny Manziel as a first-round draft pick making your choices.
Oh man,
that's right. I brought back Johnny Manziel all the way. All right,
all
right. Now we got the floor is set for the champs. Just let me know when it's time for me to chime in because
this is why Rio. I shouldn't have let you go. I mean, I did out of respect for the fact that you're the reigning champs.
Nah, that's cool. You put some respect on us, man. Let's get it.
I did. Got Vegas studs looking out for you. All right, let me big screen you. Rio, talk about your team without a fucking name. Go ahead.
Hey, man, the name is on the way. Don't worry about that. What y'all need to worry about is the best defensive front in the NFL. We got Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, the Predator, Chase Young, who after this season will be the best player in the division because it won't be Dak Prescott after this year. It will be Chase Young who will be going for 17 sacks in 2021.
Wow, big
On
number.
the opposite side, we got Montez Sweat, an animal with receiver speed coming off the other edge. We had William Jackson III from Cincinnati, one of the highest coveted corners in this free agency market. We threw Curtis Samuel on the roster from Carolina, who already knows Scott Turner's system, Terry McLaurin's boy. Antonio Gibson's going into year 2. His turf toe is healed. We got the Magic Man, Fitzpatrick. We know exactly what Fitzpatrick is. You get the full goddamn experience every time. He's gonna light someone up, and he's gonna come out and throw fucking 4 picks one week. We understand that, but he has the luxury now that there is a defense behind him that can back up some of the YOLO Eli Manning Super Bowl prayers that he's going to throw up in the games, because that's what Fitzpatrick does. He plays with his cojones dragging on the field. That's what he does. Terry McLaurin, for the first time in his career, has a quarterback who's going to target him and actually get the ball to him a lot. Because if there's one thing Fitzpatrick does, his tight end and his main receiver, he's gonna send them so many targets. Terry finally has a quarterback willing to throw the ball past the line of scrimmage and capable of throwing a goddamn accurate slant pass. No more check down Jesus, Alex Smith. Congrats on the ESPN gig, but fuck you.
God.
No Dwayne Haskins, who can't do a fucking 3-step drop and complete a slant route, a wheel route, or a dig. He's terrible. I don't even want to talk about him. I shouldn't even have given him that much time.
No.
But also, you guys in Philly, you guys drafted the best college receiver, but I think we drafted the best pro receiver from this class. De'Ami Brown out of North Carolina. I've seen this kid up close all week at camp, and I've seen him get after it. This kid's going to be special. He's going to be special. Devontae Smith's size scares the shit out of me because he looks like he's the size of my 10-year-old in a football uniform, and it scares the I fear if he catches a screen and Chase Young is in his vicinity. Like, his career may end that day. But I'm going to knock on wood because I like him. I really love the kid. But Logan Thomas, we made a real tight end out of him. The Virginia Tech quarterback, Logan Thomas. Yes, him. We made a real tight end one out of him. You know, we got a starting left tackle from Chicago, Charles Leno. Not the greatest tackle in the world, but he will do. They will give Fitz enough time to get after it. If Fitz gives us adequate quarterback play, we're going to win the division, and I am fully confident in that.
So I have a little question. You mentioned Charles Leno. How big of a loss is Morgan Moses going to be?
It's not. He false starts every play.
I don't know. I think the drop-off's a little more significant than
we drafted a kid named Sam Cosme. He's going to fill in just fine because he's much more athletic than Moses. Moses false starts every other play of the game.
Jason Peters false start, but he was a hell of a tackle.
Oh, no, but Morgan Moses is not a hell of a tackle. He was okay. Morgan Moses was not that good. Like, our fans, we like to cry when players let go. Like, you guys got washed Kerrigan from us, and the Jets got washed Morgan Moses because Morgan Moses' best ability was that his availability. He was always on the field, sometimes to the detriment of the team. We lost to Seattle simply because this guy wouldn't step off the field when he was injured, and he got Dwayne Haskins sacked, and he got a penalty because he was dragging his fucking knee up the field. So best of luck to your endeavors with the Jets and protecting Zach Wilson. But this kid Cosme we got in the second round, he's going to be good. He's iron sharpens iron. He gets to practice against the 2 most athletic edge rushers in the league with Sweat and Young. And I honestly think if Fitzpatrick is decent, I don't think anybody in the East can mess with us this year.
So I want to come back. So
there's a lot to unpack here.
Lots to unpack.
So come like week 9 or 10, I want to get back to you and see how you feel about Charles Leno, because I feel like Charles Leno is going to be a big disappointment in Washington. He struggled a little bit in Chicago. The Chicago fans were pretty upset the way he played. He goes to Washington. Hopefully he can kind of revitalize his career. And Cosby, a rookie. Anytime you have a rookie offensive lineman, it's tough. Even if you're going up against top flight defensive ends like Washington has in Sweat and in Young, I think there's going to be a learning curve there. And
it will be, of course.
They do have a little bit of depth there at the offensive line position, but I feel like if you want to point out a weak point with them, it's going to be those tackle positions, just to be able to solidify that. Because if you look up and down their roster, it's pretty hard to get to pinpoint, that's a weak spot. That's a weak spot, because defensive line's one of the best in the league. You have very good linebackers. Bostic has really come into his own and kind of revitalizing his career.
Listen. Let me stop you right there.
Oh, you're gonna give me that.
John Bostic will not be too much a part of the plan now that we got this kid from Kentucky. Jamin Davis is taking over at the
Davis
Mike
is good.
spot in
I
the
like that
middle,
guy a lot,
and we're
honestly.
gonna have Cole
I
Holcomb,
liked him a lot
maybe
today.
Bostic next to him, but Jamin Davis, he is the prototype fit for what Ron Rivera is trying to do. And if anybody can coach some middle linebackers, it's Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. You can continue though. I just want to stop you on Bostic because no, we're not gonna do that.
But like with this team, and I like a player. I know you talked about Damian Brown. I really like when he came out was Harmon. I really liked Harmon. I liked his makeup and what he can do. I know he didn't really give you a ton at all last year, but he's another player. I feel like they have a lot of younger players that are kind of like the Antonio Gibsons, and McLaurin's young, and you have Damian Brown, you have Harmon, you have, Cam Sims, and you have
Cam Curl on defense.
Cam Curl. There's a lot of youth there. So there is a lot to be excited about. But also, like I said, the expectations are high now. And how you feed off of that, how you show what you can do with those expectations, that's going to be another big point with a lot of these younger players.
Oh, for sure. And I think we got the perfect coaching staff and the right guy running the ship. Riverboat Ron, they really bought in. But like, this is the first time I've seen probably in my life players buy into what the coach is bringing, and they actually respect him. They don't see him as a peer like they treated Jay Gruden. They're not giving him nipple twist and shit in practice. They used to call, like, our media used to call Jay Gruden's practices Club J. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
All right, so you've done a perfect segue for us. I think we've all laid out our cases. I mean, just real quick, Rio, y'all still do have Taylor Heineke as a backup. So when Fitzmagic does, when he does shit the bed, y'all still got the Hindman. Like, I'm saying. So here's the thing. We are all very passionate fans, very passionate podcasters. So what we are going to do now, this next segment that we're going to do, is we're going to start breaking some stuff down. We're going to talk about some of the best in the NFC East by category. And it might not be like us Eagles fans saying, oh, well, the Eagles are the best at this. We're going to be honest here. We're going to have an honest conversation. So, since, Rio, you were mentioning coaching, we'll start there. Who is the best head coach
Ron
in the
Rivera.
NFC East?
Ron Rivera. It's not even
I got to
close.
finish the question.
No,
Rio.
you don't have to finish the question. Ron Rivera. We should honestly move to the next one because it's not even close to a debate. Y'all's coach can't handle a press conference. The Giants coach can't keep players on the fucking roster and be an active football player. And the Cowboys coach looks like the fucking Michelin Man. There's one respectable coach in this division right now. Nah, I like Joe Judge. I'm just fucking with y'all. But it's Ron Rivera. It's Ron Rivera. Easily.
All right, Michael, the disciple. You have any thoughts on that? You just got.
It's like, is it as simple as saying, well, McCarthy has a ring, so therefore he must be the best? Like, is it? Like,
no, because Doug Peterson just got fired.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, dude, that's all right. Never mind. I won't even get into Mr. Peterson. But yeah, I mean, it's also the experience that Ron Rivera has doesn't even really compare to Joe Judge. I mean, he's a 6-10 all-time record. I mean, there's not enough there to even for him or Sirianni to be considered.
Yeah.
So,
I think that the Eagles section agrees with that. I mean, Sirianni is doing some great things. You know, he's gotten better, Rio.
He's got a good background too.
He's gotten better since his first press conference, Rio.
I mean, if you were,
it was bad.
If you go from Indianapolis to Philadelphia, where like the fans don't take no shit, like
it's scary.
You know what I mean? I would stutter too. I would have like, I'd shake probably.
You probably shit your pants.
Tough. It was also tough. He was new to having a hand fully up his ass, being the Howie Roseman working the mouth puppet. So that was new for him. I think he's developed now. I think he's good. Jeff, who's the best coach in the NFC East?
Jonathan Gannon. There we go.
You cannot pick a coordinator, sir.
Whatever the hell I want. Well, no, yeah, it's definitely Ron Rivera. Look.
Yeah, it is.
He turned around a 3-13 Washington football team into division champions last season with a hobbling Alex Smith and a horrible Dwayne Haskins. So
while fighting cancer.
Yeah, while fighting cancer,
and a name change and a sexual investigation on the whole team. This man had to battle every storm a coach could possibly have to.
In his defense, with him being a defensive-minded coach, he had it pretty easy. He was
good at playing
with that defensive front and with that defense, so it made things a little bit easier on them. He could be the best coach in the division, but like we keep on bringing up, Sirianni is the jury's still out on him. Joe Judge, we'll see what he can do this year. Mike McCarthy, we'll see if he has Dak Prescott, what he can do with having a full quarterback healthy under his belt. So it's right now, Ron Rivera is definitely the guy leading the pack right now, but like we keep on saying about this division, it's not saying that much. I would say they still have to be able to score points in Washington, which I feel they improved the quarterback position a little bit, but like we keep brought up about that offensive line, and if they can't protect Fitzpatrick or open the holes for Gibson, it's going to be tough on them. They're going to have to win games defensively, which Ron Rivera is definitely, being a defensive-minded coach, definitely has the edge on.
Yeah, Johnny, your thoughts? Are we giving Sirianni a win here, or do we all have to agree with Rio and make him all happy over there?
It's Rivera. If you say it's not Rivera, then you need to be, your head needs to be checked.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest not to be a homer.
It's the homer of it all. Like,
it's all right. It's all right.
It's all good, man. It's all good, fellas. It's all good.
Let's get to the next one. Let's get some real, actual debate and real juiciness. Come on.
All right, so I don't know about juicy because I kind of, you know me, I like to rise up. So we're gonna get to the end of it. So current best special teams in the division.
Ooh.
Nobody cares. It's the fucking special teams.
Yeah, I'm about to say. We got the best punter.
We probably have the best kicker. Graham Gano's pretty solid.
Graham Gano's pretty good.
Tress Williams is an elite punter, but we have no other good specialists, so it is not us.
And the Eagles have the best long snapper. All right, next one. Let's go.
No bullshit. Throw that whole topic away.
You know what? You have to give it because special teams we know can make or break games, as the Philadelphia Eagles fans saw. Multiple missed kicks, terrible field.
Year 2010.
Y'all deserve
a
win, Philadelphia. So y'all take it.
We're not taking best special teams. Our special teams are not good. We still have Jake Elliott.
I'll give it to Dallas. They have the most consistent kicker in the division with Zerline. CD Lamb's their lead punt returner and Pollard that kick returner. So just give it to Dallas.
Sure.
Okay. So Dallas wins something. That'll probably be the only thing we give them. All right.
Probably.
Moving our way closer to some lines. Best secondary in the NFC East.
I gotta say Giants.
It's the Giants.
Yeah.
I think it's
okay.
The Giants.
So then that seemed like there was some unison there.
Yep.
Michael, tell me why.
It's just that, they went from like having DeAndre Baker, Janoris Jenkins to now having James Bradbury, who's playing out of his mind.
Yep.
You got Adoree Jackson. You got Logan Ryan and Xavier McKinney, I think, is a young stud. He's going to be nice.
Out of Bama, yep.
I love that kid. So I think that's probably the strongest point on the team right now. And, like, there's guys that are probably pretty good that might not even make the team just because what are you going to carry, 10 cornerbacks? You know what I mean? Like, it's tough.
You could.
Yeah,
you agree? You agree you're saying the Giants win something here?
I think our secondary could be up there, but no, I give it to the Giants because right now Bradbury's playing the best football in the division, and if Adoree Jackson could return the form of his earlier years in Tennessee, and we haven't even seen Xavier McKinney yet because he got hurt last year, right? Xavier
McKinney, like week 12.
Yeah, he was hurt most of the season. I think he's really good. Logan Ryan back there. I like the addition of Will Jackson. I think he's going to be the best one in our secondary. And Landon Collins looks lean and explosive. He looks as light as he's been since he's got to the league. So him and Cameron Curl, who surprised everybody last year as our 7th round pick, I think we could give some go. But it would all depend on if we move Kendall Fuller back into the inside as a slot corner because he gets toasted on the outside. And this kid, St. Juice, we drafted in the 3rd round out of Minnesota. He's a big, long-armed, arrogant-ass cornerback. If he takes a step and we put Kendall on the inside, then we maybe can have a conversation during the season.
All right. I'm going to go Homer here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeff was waiting for it, and Johnny's smirking too. The Philadelphia Eagles, with the addition of one player, became the best secondary in the NFC East. They already had Darius Slay, who was a top cornerback in the league. And by adding Steven Nelson, there is balance between the corners. You brought in Anthony Harris, which provides you balance and expertise as a safety. If McLeod comes back healthy, what's that?
Y'all did sign Harris. I forgot. He didn't have a great year last year, but he's a good safety.
If McLeod comes back healthy, you have an exceptional top 4 defensive players. On top of that, you allow Avonte Maddox to actually play as a slot corner instead of forcing him to be an outside guy. And you allow Zech McPherson, who we drafted, time to develop into a stud cornerback. The Philadelphia Eagles have the best secondary in the NFC East simply because by signing Steven Nelson, all of the pieces fell into place.
We had the best. We had the best starters. Now, when you get the depth, I would say if someone gets hurt, we're fucked.
We're fucked. Totally done. We're done.
But also another point is, I would say we finally have a defensive coordinator and a defensive staff that knows how to utilize our defense and our secondary. We don't have to worry about sticks defense or worrying about our safeties being stuck on an island and getting torched in the secondary because of miscommunication on the defense side of football. So the fact that we upgrade the defensive coordinator position from Jim Schwartz to Jonathan Gannon is going to make a tremendous difference, not only in the secondary, but the defense as a whole.
Right. Johnny.
Hey, Washington Nation in the building right now. Josh, Jess, Vegas Stud. And shout out to y'all. Those are my people.
Well, that's why we did this. We wanted to get some new voices and some new love up in here. All right, Johnny. Johnny, you gentlemen may not know, is our draft guru. So he watches it all lay out. He knows all these cats that you're talking about. So, Johnny, you're my tiebreaker here. Who's the best defensive secondary in the NFC East?
So I understand what you guys say. Of course, as an Eagles fan and everything, I'm not going to go with the Eagles because of what Jeff said. It's about depth. It's a secondary. It isn't starters. It's the whole secondary.
And all these packages they have now, I mean, your fifth guy matters. Like,
you lob it up to a guy and you hope that he slam dunks it. And then he's going to do some bullshit like this.
Hey, no. I appreciate honesty. That's it.
Hey,
I'm not going. Well,
self-awareness is key.
I'm not going with the Giants. I think Giants secondary is not the best.
Oh.
So.
So you fucked up the whole tie.
All right. Go ahead.
I have to go with. I'm going to go with Washington.
I thought you were going to say Dallas just to fuck with us.
Adding William Jackson. Ronald Darby last year played well for them, but adding William Jackson is actually a step up. William Jackson is a better corner than Ronald Darby. I really like St. Juice from Minnesota. He was one of my favorites in the draft. Super long, athletic corner. I like Cameron Curl. I'm not fond of Landon Collins. I know he hopefully lost weight, makes him a little bit better. But I think
Bobby McCain
Curl,
too.
Bobby McCain is another one that's a veteran addition to that secondary that deepens the secondary. And that's why I feel like Washington has the slight edge because they have the depth. So that's why I'm giving it to them. If I would go just starters,
that's all good.
if I go just starters, I would lean a little towards the Eagles because of what they have. But if I go whole depth, whole secondary, which is what we asked what's the best secondary, I'm going to go with Washington, a slight edge.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there's no winner there, and we're not giving it to the Cowboys again because that's not happening. All right. So to kind of speed this up a little bit, because we all, being in the NFC East, have known great linebackers, but also know that there is not as much of a value on the position anymore, which hurts my feelings growing up as a Jeremiah Trotter guy. We're just going to say best defensive front seven.
Yeah, do we even have to have this conversation?
We do not. We do not. In fact, I'll just do this. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing. Do it.
Floor is mine. The best front seven in not the NFC East and not the NFC. In the entire NFL is the Washington football team. Next subject. That's it.
You don't want to like elaborate and take your victory lap. You don't want to make us.
You already know. We got
we
four first rounders on the front line, and the best interior guy isn't even mentioned. Matt Ioannidis. He was not even playing last year because he tore his pec. He's coming back this year. We got Tim Settle. Not only do we have starters, we have depth. Tim Settle and Ioannidis start on most teams in this league. The edge depth, it's maybe a little weaker because we got
thin.
Yeah, hell yeah. James Smith, Williams, Shaka Toney, William Bradley King. We're gonna have to see. And Ron's not afraid to play young players behind him. So if Younger or Sweat get hurt, I'm gonna knock on fucking wood because I don't even want to speak those words.
I do like
out
Shaka
loud.
Tony.
I like him too.
I love Shaka Tony. Maybe they can play. Washington can play Indiana because he just seemed to always have 3-4 sacks against the University of Indiana. But that's the one thing I'm kind of worried about with the defensive line for Washington is those edge. If there's any injuries, because they don't have Kerrigan anymore, and
We do.
Yes, we do. Which helps our rotation and helps the depth. I'm going to throw it with what I think. Yeah, Washington has a great front seven. Now, again, this is all in all, this is depth. This is everything. I'm going to go with the Eagles just because if you look at the depth that they have, the rotation they're going to be able to use, and, Josh Sweat is really starting to come into his own. You have, Derek Barnett, if he's the third. Brandon Graham has just been, he's in his 30s, but he seems continually every single year produces. Fletcher Cox, they've drafted some young guys to put back there. You have Kerrigan as a veteran as well. The linebacker issue, I guess that'd be the only thing that's kind of a little scary. But, you add Eric Wilson, who played in Minnesota, knows the scheme, knows the defense. Hopefully you see another step up with Alex Singleton. But like I said, I feel like the Eagles' defensive line and the front seven with this defense and what they're going to do, I think it's up there. They're one of the best in the NFC. But of course, I do give a lot of respect to Washington because Washington has a hell of a front seven. But I'm this time I'm going to go with my team.
Okay, listen, Johnny. I love you, buddy. I love you, Johnny.
This is not the time to go homer.
Johnny, there is not even close. The Washington football team's defensive line is downright horrifying.
Yeah,
If you're going to isolate the one reason why Washington won the division last year, it's their defensive line.
Facts.
Yep.
And now
100%.
Fletcher Cox is a future Hall of Famer. He is one of the best defensive tackles in football.
Ever. Yeah, he's great.
Brandon Graham is a great defensive end. Sweat is turning into a great defensive end.
Hopefully.
It ain't even close, man. And I wish it was. Good Lord, do I wish it was. But it ain't even close. Washington is downright scary. All right. Time to go on the offensive. See what I did there. All right. Offensive line. Best offensive line in the NFC East.
That would be the New York Football Giants. Just kidding. It's
Dallas.
Dallas healthy. Healthy
Definitely.
Dallas.
Healthy Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Healthy
But
Dallas
that
is an
doesn't account
interesting
for
take.
depth. I don't know. Well, you guys had a lot of injuries last year too, I feel like. There was a
Or
revolving
was it-
door on the O-line.
I think it was 14 offensive line rotations at some point.
No, it's funny because I was quarantining down the shore when I had COVID. I was watching the Eagles games because I couldn't get the Giant games on the TV. So I would notice this shit,
Yeah. I look to your Cowboys point. Tyron Smith, he's good. Connor Williams, he's good. But they also had Lyle Collins, he's good. But they had guys retire too, like Zach Martin.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
was crazy.
true.
That's huge.
Yeah,
I do
that's
not
huge.
think the Cowboys have the best defensive line or offensive line. I think, again, if we're saying healthy, the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line is the best offensive line in the NFC East because all pro at right tackle, all pro at right guard, all pro at center, future all pro at left tackle, and a guy with really nice hair at left guard. I give it to the Eagles. Rio, you shrugged your shoulders. You got to have somebody protecting the Magic Man. Is it because you guys have a great offensive line?
It's not, that is yet to be seen. I need to see it first. I think we will have a formidable enough offensive line. It damn sure ain't us yet because we need to see some guy. I mean, we have a great guard who's going to leave us in the offseason named Brandon Sheriff.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's real good.
That's a guy I want in the draft so bad. That
Hey,
missing piece for the Giants.
Shoot your shot because he's out of here next year. After 2 franchise tags, you do not return to that team.
No,
$18
Gee,
million.
has that happened before with one of your offensive linemen?
No, but it happened with a quarterback. It happened. Oh yeah.
Trent, right? Didn't happen.
Trent Williams, my friend.
Yep, but the 2 franchise tags though, that's what the Kirk Cousins situation was.
Oh God.
But yeah, man, Sheriff's out of here. But Sheriff, Rouillet, and Schweitzer are formidable. We got to see what the tackles are going to do, but they're going to be good enough. But Dallas has the best line in the division to me.
Yeah, I mean,
if healthy, not depth, but their starting rotation is better than everyone.
Giants just have a lot of youth and a lot of unproven talent. So obviously, they're not even in the conversation right now. Hopefully, they will be. But
I think, look, the reason why I also go with the Eagles is because you saw that the guys that we have, even on the wings waiting to go in, could play a little bit. Like Nate Herbig played well. Landon Dickerson, Johnny has been raving about Landon Dickerson as a steal in the draft.
he was a Giant fan growing up too. That's sad.
But he's wearing Eagles green.
He's sick right now.
I give it to the Eagles. Johnny or Jeff, I don't know who wants to take it here to support my point up in here.
I'm going Eagles.
It's close. It's way closer than the front 7 in my opinion.
I think the Cowboys losing Zach Martin
is what
is
takes them
what
off.
turns it.
Yeah, that's true. Zach Martin.
Zach Martin
time.
should.
He's Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's Hall of Fame.
That's what I was going to say. Should go into the Hall of Fame.
Easily.
I'm going Eagles.
There we go. Jeff, Eagles?
Yeah, like you guys brought up, it's close, but I'm just going to go with because of the production that we have, well, what we can see with our with the Eagles' offensive line when they are fully healthy, and it's gonna be a lot of ifs. Look, Brandon Brooks, we're hoping he comes back fully healthy. If not, then it's gonna be interesting to see who steps in or who they have come in behind him. And of course, you have to still worry about Mailata. He played well last year, but he has the potential to be one of the best left tackles, in my opinion, in the division. So if he can play well and showcase what he can do this offseason, preseason, going to the start of the season, watch out.
All right. Receivers and tight ends. We'll do it all in one.
Dallas.
Best receivers and tight ends.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Ooh, it's the tight ends is kind of interesting though, because how good is Jarwin?
Well, do you want to separate? Do you want to separate it?
I don't know.
You have to have it kind of together.
I think the whole compilation, Dallas got it. Like, they got a great receiving core.
Their receiving core makes up for the
tight ends. Yeah,
they have the best wide receiver set in the division.
I just hope that you're not trying to bring up Evan Ingram and Kyle Rudolph. To make a point for
those are
Giants.
2 Pro Bowlers, okay?
Evan Ingram.
There is not one Giants fan who agreed that he should be a Pro Bowler.
Logan Thomas was better than Evan Ingram last year. Significantly.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be Tanyan. I thought it was going to be Tanyan.
He has fucked me over way too many times in fantasy football. Dire hatred for that fucking guy.
Who, Evan Ingram?
Him.
Yeah,
yes,
fuck him.
Okay,
yeah,
he dropped the game-winning the pass from Danny Dimes to lose the game on Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
That's my beef with him.
But I
who
will
doesn't
say
drop
that,
touchdown passes is Jason Kroom, Mr. Touchdown himself.
You stop.
Logan Thomas doesn't. Logan Thomas doesn't
So,
either. Just saying.
He brings up Logan Thomas. I'll make this fun little prediction. Tyree Jackson, who's a former University of Buffalo quarterback.
6'7".
No, I think he's going to make the Eagles roster. He's having a great camp, and I just feel like his physical tools, he could be kind of what Logan, not saying what Logan Thomas is, but Logan Thomas light. I'm not going to say he's going to be exactly like that because, that's like me trying to compare someone to Darren Waller, like Hakeem Butler, but I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it.
But no, I like what Tyree Jackson, and because he brought up Logan Thomas, it's almost like a similar comparison, being a college quarterback to switch. They're both huge guys. So
I think if you did separate them to tight ends and wide receivers. I think you could give tight ends to the Giants.
No.
They got some guys, some proven guys.
As a unit, and they also have. I feel like their depth guys are even like decent. I mean, they got that guy
Right.
Caden Smith, who I feel like we haven't even really seen what he's truly capable of. This is a guy a lot of 49er fans liked when he was on their squad, but he had a few touchdowns in 2019, but didn't do much in 2020. Unfortunately, there was also like other blocking tight ends, Levine Toilolo, who's also out, but doesn't matter anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. However, since we're talking about wide receivers, the fact that Dallas can hit you with so many different ways.
Yeah. It's
As
annoying.
long as they got a guy that can throw the ball,
Oh yeah. I'm about
they're
to say
going to
that.
score a stupid amount of points.
Oh yeah.
But see, here's the thing. I've seen this before. Okay.
Yep.
I've seen it personally. Eli Manning had the best year of his career in 2015. Guess what the Giants did that year? They went 6-10, and they lost a shit ton of games, 38-35. I know. I was there for most of them. So let me tell you something. That's the
Right.
dichotomy of football right there.
Well, and that's the thing with the Cowboys last season where they were putting up at the beginning before Dak got hurt an obscene
stupid
amount of
numbers.
points.
And they were only one.
But their defense was you can't even
Entry.
say it was Swiss cheese. You can't even say it was Swiss cheese.
I think
man.
their
It was-
defense is going to be better this year, but I don't think.
Well, that's because it was targeted.
It has to be.
It
It
was
literally has
targeted.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan
It has to
Quinn.
be
Dan
better.
Quinn's gonna get the defense better. I don't know if it's gonna be significantly, but I love their young linebacker core with Jalen Smith, Micah Parsons, and Jabril Cox out of LSU. I love that.
That's
young
Jabril
core.
Cox, another guy I loved in the draft.
That's a
Late,
tough.
too.
If they can learn how to play. Plus, they still have Van Der Esch. Like if they can learn how to play,
Oh, shit, I forgot.
that's
about
a.
him. Yeah.
Well, listen. I was always a Sean Lee. If he wasn't a Cowboy, he'd be one of my favorite players, kind of guy.
Yeah.
But Sean Lee
I would
became
agree with that.
replaceable when Van Der Esch came to be.
Yeah, Sean Lee was never on the field.
Yeah.
I said if he was healthy.
Oh, yeah,
My
sure.
only thing with Dan Quinn, yes, everyone likes to point out, oh, he was with
Seattle.
Seattle and everything. That was Pete Carroll's defense. You have to
Yep.
look at it that way because what happened when he left Atlanta? The defense got better. When he was gone, and you can't say that defense didn't have great players. I argue with a Cowboys fan every single day. The most delusional person that I've ever met in my life. And
Sounds
I
like
love
a
social
Cowboys
media.
fan.
yeah,
I love
but-
it too.
No,
the best.
for me, it's like Atlanta had a ton of talent. It wasn't like they weren't talented. They drafted a ton of defensive ends. They drafted talent, and they just seem to always have issues on defense. The defense side of the ball because they had offense. They had guys like Todd Gurley, and they had guys like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. They had the offense. They didn't have the defense. So
I wouldn't say Tony. I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that.
All right. All right. Couple sections. We got 2 sections left before we get into the big poll question of the week. So,
This is fun.
best. This is awesome, right?
Yeah, I'm
And
enjoying it.
Adam, I do
we
agree.
have to,
I do agree.
to link up again during the season. Have
Maybe
a
we'll
check-in.
do like every month or something.
Hell yeah, have a check-in.
I'm all for this.
Yeah.
No, and Adam, I do agree. I wish there was a Cowboys fan here. Like I said, Spoon is
you know
Zeke,
what?
he,
It's actually better without a Cowboys fan. If you think about it.
well,
No,
because they're
Zeke's
not
good
always
people.
bringing up the
I
past.
would welcome Zeke.
Best running back room in the NFC East. Now, notice how I said, because all of these teams have good running back ones,
Right.
but best running back room.
Us. J.D. McKissick
Just
and
'cause.
Antonio Gibson.
J.D. McKissick, come on.
McKissick caught 80 passes last year. Mind you, it was playing with fucking Alex Smith, who only can throw the ball 2 running backs. But he caught 80 passes last year. Come on, but
Yeah.
give me something. If you had him in fantasy, you won your league.
Oh.
Listen, Adam says Eagles fans.
reception.
So you guys got Miles Sanders.
We have Miles Sanders. We have the Giant Killer, so he's good about 2 games of the season.
We don't
We
even
have
know
Jordan
who
Howard.
he's going to be.
Oh, Jordan Howard.
Very
We have Jordan
Johnson,
Howard, who was good 12
Kenny
years ago.
Gainwell.
It's us or Dallas. Oh, I mean, well, if Saquon's going to play football this year.
If he's rookie and Penn State like version of Saquon, like we're looking real good. We got Devontae Booker. We got
You guys have Corey fucking Clement. You're automatically eliminated.
That's Super Bowl hero to you. Corey Clement is my GOAT, bro.
He's
Jeff
the reason
comes in
why
hard
our whole
with that.
fucking team freaking brawled during freaking practice.
No, that was actually Logan Ryan. He's the one who hit Evan Ingram in the back.
I saw the tweet that it was during like an
no, it was that was the
something.
first thing. It was that McKinney hit Clement, and then Logan Ryan didn't like something, and he hit Ingram, and then they all just started fighting.
Duked it out.
Yep.
Adam, I know you're an Eagles fan, but Eagles do not have the best running back group. I apologize.
The Eagles have some nice running backs.
Are you guys gonna actually use Miles Sanders like you should?
And there it is.
No, you should have used him week 17 versus the Washington football team, but
Nah, we wanted to make sure that Nate Sudfeld had plenty of chances to throw the ball and screw
see what you have.
screw you guys out of our pick.
That's why.
Let me tell you, as Eagles fans, we were absolutely horrified that that's what happened.
See, here's the
That's
thing.
still
I don't
that
even
close.
have a problem with what they did, because if it happened at 1 p.m. when nobody was watching it, nobody would have gave a fuck. But it's
They
the
prime
fact
timed
that
the hell
my
out of
sorry ass.
It was the last
had to-
regular season.
Yes,
game.
we had to wait all day after they beat the Cowboys, and then you give. And the worst part of it is, and it's not even about the Eagles. It's the fact that the press is now like, well, don't you feel like they gave it to you, Ron Rivera? And this guy just won the fucking division, and that's the question he gets. Because they take the game. That's the problem I had. I was like, nah, this motherfucker earned it, even if it is 6 wins.
Oh yeah, we definitely. It was 7. It was 7 wins, but
All right, we had 6. All right.
yeah,
Close
y'all had
enough.
6. So put some respect on our 7. And also, I just want to mention that Jalen Hurts had only completed like 6 passes, and he has like 40%
Nah, yeah, he was struggling.
completion
But he
percentage.
had some good games, too. I feel like, didn't he beat the Saints?
Yeah.
He did, but in no universe is even a struggling Jalen Hurts not as good of an option as Nate Sudfeld.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm a better option than Nate. I had him. We had him in here in Washington. I've seen him up close. There's nothing about Nate Sudfeld. I remember that like some of our fans actually care. Oh my God, he's gonna go to Philly with the intel. He may turn into something. He's not gonna turn into.
That's what Giant fans thought about Kyle Lauletta going to the Eagles. I swear to God.
Spider, the Richmond Spider.
Yep.
All right, well, listen. I think we're kind of on the fence about some of these running backs, but we're already talking quarterbacks. The grand finale of the position by position breakdown.
Dakota Rain Prescott.
Yep. I hate to say it. You hate to see it, but it's got to be Dak.
If healthy, Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC East.
If not healthy, it's Fitzpatrick though. Come at me.
Yeah, I think Jones might be right behind him.
Because he's slow?
Jalen Hurts way too freaking early. This is the guy that got thrown into the goddamn fire last year during the whole Carson Wentz saga, not given a full season to practice as the number 1 quarterback. He still shows some glimpses, not saying he was the best quarterback out there, but watch what he could do first before you guys count him out as possibly number 2
this is just
quarterback.
ranking going into the
Here's
season.
my reluctance on Jalen Hurts. He's only shown me 1 year of his life where he was an adequate quarterback, and that was with the fucking quarterback whisperer, Lincoln Riley, who could make Jamarcus Russell look like Jesus. So I need to see him he was a running back in Bama. He was not even okay at Bama, but they were so fucking loaded that it was disguised. As soon as Tua showed up looking like a real quarterback, they got him the fuck out of there. So I need to see.
Right, but and then you even say with Tua, like Tua is not an NFL caliber quarterback. Like
no, I think Tua's gonna be fine. I think Tua's gonna be fine.
Really?
I think Tua's gonna be fine.
I think arm strength really does matter, and you see 2 guys coming out of an Alabama program, and think about the guys that they were throwing to. So it made anybody look good. So between the excellent coaching, I hope for him because after that injury, I want him to succeed. Plus, he's down on Miami, so he can't do any damage to us. I'm fine with it. I just don't think that either of these guys are long-term solutions to problems. And again, it's Dak if healthy, and then I can't go Jalen Hurts because he is so unproven.
Yeah, not yet, but I'm saying just don't count him out. Is what all I'm.
Yeah. I don't listen. I'm not. My least favorite thing is when anybody calls anybody a bust when they've only like been in 12 fucking games.
Right.
It's like, yo,
But some guys are a bust though. Like I can tell you for certain,
some guys
Dwayne
there
Haskins
are
is a
eye
bust.
tests exactly.
I could tell you that
guys where they're just straight tomatoes out the gate.
Oh, for sure.
Dwayne Haskins was a bust in college still.
I
like
don't even
Daniel
think
Jones.
I don't even think he's gotten a fair chance either. Dwayne Haskins. He only started 16 games in college. He's still a kid, dude.
Who, Haskins?
I think if he has a year or two on the bench behind Big Ben, he might actually do something.
So
I think
four years in the league on the bench as a first round pick to develop. That should not be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, it was only 1 year starter. I mean, dude, they who else? I'm trying to think who's only 1 year starter. I don't know.
Herbert. He started for a year.
Well,
out in
Oregon,
out in San Diego, Los Angeles, wherever they're playing.
No, I'm talking in college. 1 year in college. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because Herbert was a different beast.
Yeah, Herbert was the Giants guy, but he didn't come out. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think for the quarterbacks, I think if Dak is not healthy, I think you could say Fitzpatrick for about 7 games because that's about his consistency. He's good for he's great for 7 games. Mediocre the rest of the way. I think you'd have to give the edge to Daniel Jones because at least he's mediocre the whole way through.
And there's upside.
All right, let's see how it is.
And there's room to grow.
No, I think there's upside with all these guys, really. I mean, except for Fitzpatrick.
I do too.
Know what it is.
Fitzpatrick
is also playing the best ball of his career.
He is. He could give us a Rich Gannon year. It's possible. It is possible.
I don't. Some guys are crazy like that.
Well, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Hey, I'll take it.
I feel like Fitzpatrick doesn't even need to do that much, though.
He doesn't. That's
what annoys me is that he doesn't have to even do that much
because they can win games 6-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but our offense is better.
No debate
than that,
there.
though. It's going to be better than that, though. I promise.
Oh, he promised.
All
right, let's go.
So every single week, we do a poll. Johnny, would you like to introduce the poll question this week?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me pull it up.
I have it ready to go, sir. You just have to introduce it.
No, you go ahead. You came up with the question. You read it.
Oh, well, so the question this week, because I knew we were doing this big, exciting thing, was based on current NFL rosters and talent and coaching. Which team is most likely going to win the NFC East this season? Now, when we just did that with our little nucleus of people, the answer was overwhelmingly Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know why. I tried to figure out the analytics. It didn't make sense why when the All About the Birds podcast and website and Twitter posted this question, it was a lot of Eagles fans saying we were going to win the division. So I sent it out to my boys over here. I sent it out to the Washington people, to the Cowboys people, to the Giants people to get a better number.
Giants after show up. Kind of like the Giants every Sunday.
Hey.
Oh,
how many votes?
771 votes. Which makes it, Jeff, an official poll. It's an official poll. See, we always worry about the ones that are like under 100 because you're like, this not even each has a percentage. But 771 votes, it's pretty legit. Here are the results.
Goddamn right.
Eagles at 23.6%. Washington at 38.4%. And since it's my Twitter, you can see where I voted. Cowboys at 23.6%. And Giants at 14.4%.
That's all right. Hey, I think it's going to be a good race, boys. I think it's going to be a fun, down to the wire again.
When is this division not fun? That's why.
Oh no, I'll tell you when it's not fun.
Fucking party of
my
the league.
team is out by Halloween. That's when it's not fun. Because I've been there, bro. These last 4 years have been testing.
Listen, man. I've never seen an 11-win season or a quarterback get to his second contract. Y'all don't understand the pain.
That's
true.
That I cannot relate.
That's true. Look, I think the thing that is most interesting about this division in general is the fact that people always trash on it and it's bad football, but it's always competitive.
It doesn't matter
Like,
if exactly. If the
Hey,
Cowboys
y'all
are
man
seen as the best,
Adam, y'all
the
man
best,
Adam on some good shit tonight.
and
man.
if the Eagles are seen as the worst, they'll still play a great game.
He is.
He's smoking.
Wow,
some
he
good
got you.
shit.
Wait, he got you guys going from first to worst.
Oh man, he's on some good shit.
Must be something in the pizza.
Oh man, this was great.
So, first off, I want to thank my man Rio for joining us. I want to thank my man Michael the Disciple for joining us. These are two gentlemen who do legitimate podcasts for their not Philadelphia Eagles teams. These are two gentlemen who talk about their teams with the same passion that Johnny, Jeff, and myself do. So first off, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh hell yeah, we have to do this shit again.
Yeah,
This was
I've
great.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Well, the
this was-
fun thing about this is we play each of y'all twice. So if
Hell
you
yeah.
don't think this is going to be a steady rotation thing, like you're going to be letting in some enemies into your rooms coming up because we're doing this.
And you know the
Absolutely.
crazy thing is we got New York week 2, but we finished our season on 5 straight division games.
Oh wow.
That's how we finished the year this year. So it's gonna get crazy. We got the Eagles twice, Dallas twice, in New York to finish the season. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, no, we got a tough first like 6 games. It's like Broncos, Washington, and like Rams are a part of it. It's like I don't know. They can't go. The last like 4 years, the Giants have started like 0-5, and there's just no way to start.
Yeah, that can't happen for y'all, John.
No,
I mean, let me back it up.
0-2, I would hate honestly. We need
It
at
could
least
happen, and we would appreciate it, but
Of
for
course.
your sake, it probably shouldn't. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to give each of you gentlemen a chance to promote your stuff a little bit, where they can find you. I know we have our Twitter tags and everything, but give you guys a chance to talk about your stuff. So, Michael, talk about your stuff a little bit.
Well, we just have a podcast about the New York Giants once, twice a week. We're not like crazy hardcore about it, but we do it. We do it for fun, and people listen. So, yeah, that's all I really do besides talk shit on Twitter. Like that's pretty much it. I just sit in this room with this stupid ass calendar that they're probably like, what kind of fucking freak is this?
Actually, I was just gonna say something. See,
We were all thinking
Oh
it.
man.
My girlfriend got it for me as a joke. That's the best part. And I forget it's there.
The best part is the months don't change because the
Only
month
if the
stays the
girl's
s-
hot enough. No,
No, the best part is that she got it for you like 3 years ago. So actually, it says Dallas Cowboys playoff game somewhere on there. So, all right, Rio, talk about yourself a little bit. Plug your stuff.
Absolutely. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Rio_Robinson91, stirring some shit up on Twitter, just like my man just said. It's fun. That's what social media is for. We need to stop taking things personal, and we need to normalize being friends with someone after you fucking disagree, because it does not have to be so contrarian and adversarial every time we disagree. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rambling with Rio Robinson. I have vlogs from every day of training camp and the Friday night football event we just did. I have guests that work for the team, play for the team, all kinds of stuff like that. And check out the podcast, Rambling About Washington. That's an acronym for RAW. I keep things raw, unfiltered, and fun every week. Check out the pod on all digital streaming platforms, but more specifically, go to Apple or Spotify to check it out and leave a review.
I love it. I love it.
I appreciate y'all, man. You go follow these guys, because all of these guys are fucking awesome. This was great. I love the energy. This is what it's about right here, man.
And that's what you're saying. Like, you know, we obviously are all passionate about our own teams, but we sat here for the last hour, 15 minutes, just talking the shit, all of us shitting on the Cowboys, because, you know, as Adam says, anybody but the Cowboys.
Adam's had some hot ones all night. I love it.
Yeah. So again, same as they were saying, make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, all that stuff. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We are all over the place. Same thing. We are also on all of your podcasting services. We have to pay a couple of the bills of the people that do the sponsoring. And then we have to promote the rest of the shows this week on the network. And then we got to play one commercial and we'll wrap it on up. So All About the Birds. We are sponsored by Statement Games, a fun, free twist on fantasy sports. There is a link in the bio. Make sure you check it out. We are sponsored by oddsjam.com. Use their arbitrage calculator to not lose money. Check it out. There's a link in the bio. We have the AATBirds.com/shop for all of our Philadelphia Eagles and Philadelphia-based sports designs. So make sure you check that on out. 99jersey.com. They are partnered with All About the Birds. Use the code AATBirds20 for a 20% discount at checkout. And finally, we are partnered with Manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Use the code AATBirds for 20% off and free shipping at checkout. Here's the rundown for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, we have Across the Pitch, which is our Philadelphia Union soccer show. They will be going live after the game and potentially during halftime if it does not conflict with the first Philadelphia Eagles post-game show of the season. Yes, it is preseason, but we're doing it anyway. So make sure you are tuning in tomorrow night. Jeff, are you back to Birds, Beers, and BS this week?
Yep, we'll be back this week exclusively on our YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to the All About the Birds YouTube channel for that content there. Me, myself, and Peanut, of course, probably breaking down, giving our thoughts on the Eagles' first preseason game against the Steelers.
And Chips and Dish on Monday night, as we do every Monday night, talking about whatever's going on in the world of sports. Gentlemen, it has been awesome. It has been a pleasure. We appreciate you. And we got to say something here. And if you want to join us, we'd be cool with it before we push play on this commercial.
They're not joining in.
Johnny.
You don't sing the song, do you?
No, we stay go.
No. As we end every show here on the All About the Birds Network in Rio. And, man, Michael's out of the frame at this point. We end it with a very lovely Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Hail to the nameless football team.
Go Birds. Attention, listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston. Do we have a pube problem? If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next planet with the Performance Package 4.0. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get your rocket ready for takeoff by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds. Ready for an out-of-world experience, fellas? Look no further than the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped that has just taken off in not only the USA, but Canada, the UK, across Europe, Australia, South Africa, and Singapore. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your whole solar system. First, scheduled for liftoff, new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. This spaceship is here to guide you on a journey to trim your body, balls, butt, and even Uranus. This 4th generation trimmer also features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch, can engage a travel lock, and is even waterproof. The Lawnmower 4.0 also has a 4000K LED spotlight you can turn on and off when needed for a more precise shave throughout your travels across the universe. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker. It's like having a little astronaut to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Don't forget to use Crop Preserver ball deodorant and their Crop Reviver to help your little planets be on their A-game while feeling the sun's heat. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag. Abort hairy balls and Buzz Lightyear that Woody with Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code AATBirds at manscaped.com. For a clean trinity and beyond, your spaceballs will thank you.